Irresponsible Run.
This is the place to be.
Write It Up, narrated by Jim Paschke, is the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. This is the oral history of the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucks and their run to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Absolute bedlam here at the Bradley Center.
Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Paul Hansen here, founder of Iron Jock. Worried about the heat this summer? Don't sweat it. Our gear is made for real life. Iron Jock apparel combines moisture wicking with superior cooling and advanced odor-fighting silver ion technology that eliminates 99.9% of odor causing bacteria, so you are fresh for whatever's next. Our focus is simple. Make apparel that performs hard no matter where you are or what you are doing. Visit us at ironjock.com to experience the difference.
August is almost over, and so is $200 off Back to You savings at Milwaukee Weight Loss. That's $200 off. Schedule now and enroll by August 31st. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com today and save. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into The Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
That was one of the more eventful, frenetic, dramatic MLB trade deadlines I think I've ever experienced. I'm also willing to admit that might be a prisoner of the moment thing, recency bias. But my phone, bling, 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 yesterday with alerts and notifications about moves that were happening around Major League Baseball headed into the trade deadline yesterday at 5 p.m. And I kept looking. Brewers, no. Brewers, no. Brewers, yes, Brewers. All right, Brewers, here we go. Way to get in the mix. Brewers end up acquiring 3 arms yesterday. No impact bat, although as we discussed on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy and in other credible places, not sure how many impact bats there were out there.
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel about Lars Nootbaar?
Ooh, good name though.
Sounds like a candy
You know how
bar.
I grade the trades?
234 with 3 dingers. That was the type of bat that was on the move yesterday.
You know how I grade the trades though?
Yes, tell us. This is Dr. Seuss.
If they don't make the highlights of ESPN, it's not a good trade.
Oh, interesting.
Which the Brewers didn't. So I'll defer to Gabe. Was this just a?
Justin Mays.
Is this in your little tag? It was fine.
Dustin May's probably going to be their 3rd starter, I would think, in a postseason rotation.
Over who? Sprout? Did you
Well,
watch him last night?
Somebody had to somebody had to
we
drop
did.
out of the rotation in order for May to get into the rotation, and I think you got
Sprout
your answer
volunteered
last night.
He's like, you know what?
Volunteered his tributes.
That was awesome. That was so awesome.
You're just
That
excited.
was so
Murph was
awesome.
so
What do you
pissed.
mean? What, that he was willing to, give up his spot?
In the middle of a batter, he got that. Because I've gotten that before.
Yeah.
And there's nothing worse than a coach saying, get him out of there. So
I think
I
can
kind
go
of
get him
appreciated
now.
it.
Okay, Brewers lose last night. Obviously, made a comeback. Thought they might. I think they had the tying run on, right?
They did, yeah.
Joey Ortiz legged out that single. That ball was moving slow. Joey was moving fast. Ipso facto, he got on first. But it was all she wrote, 4-3, the final score last night as they start a 4-game series against the Pirates. Okay, but that was not obviously the big news last night. The big news last night was the Brewers acquiring Antonio Senzatella, Dustin May, and JoJo Romero at the trade deadline. all arms. Dustin May a starter, the other 2 relievers. Gabe, you said high-impact relievers. They will probably see high-impact situations, which is a positive for this Brewers team whose bullpen has needed at times a lift.
Yeah, I mean, the Brewers bullpen is fine, but you always need guys in there. And they were kind of missing that lefty out of the bullpen that could be that high-leverage guy late in situations. So you have, you've got your closer and Trevor's taken that over, and he's been fantastic in the 9th. So you've got Abner, who has been in that role, and then last year Jared Koenig was your lefty, who could be that guy for the 7th or 8th inning. And, well, Jared unfortunately just hasn't, with the injury that he had and what he looked like when he came back from that, it didn't work out. So you needed a high-leverage lefty, and I think that's what JoJo Romero is going to be. Can be that guy where you can mix and match with Uribe, depending upon, when everybody's healthy and everything's going right. One of those guys will get the 7th, depending upon, the matchups. The other one will get the 8th, and then you've got Trevor McGill for the 9th. In a perfect world, I think that's how that slots out. Senzatella is just another arm that when one of those guys is down, maybe he takes some high-leverage spots, but I think that those 2 moves give the Brewers bullpen a nice little boost and a little bit more depth.
Can you be objective here?
Yeah.
Did the Cubs do better at the trade deadline than the Brewers?
I mean, I think they got a better starter.
Cubs had more ground to make up also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. But are they a concern now?
I'm not,
because
looking...
everywhere I just started looking.
Yeah.
At MLB grades, and I can anticipate the Brewers will be under the biggest losers. Fair?
On ESPN.com?
No, I'm talking everywhere. I just looked on ESPN.com, but there's a list of about 15 of them, and I guarantee none of them will be in the positive
Can
column.
I be honest with you, though?
Sure.
I think that has more to do with Skubal than it does to do with the guys they got.
I would say it all has something to do with Skubal versus, there are some areas of, I know Baseball America and their lead editor, J.J. Cooper, thought that the Brewers overpaid for May and Romero and what they gave up.
I did read.
But at the same time, they gave up 2 outfielders, and the Brewers, they've got Luis Lara locked up to a long-term contract. Jackson Chourio is locked up to a long-term contract. So they've got outfielders that are kind of blocking the way.
Yeah.
Kind of the same reason why the Cubs gave up an infielder.
The you overpaid narrative is so insulting. We have talked for months, for weeks, forever about how the Brewers have all these assets.
Mm-hmm.
When you have those assets, use them, right? And if that's what it took to get these guys that they feel like will have a positive impact on this team down the stretch, I don't think it's overpaying. We have the assets. We're going to use the assets to go get the pieces that we need. I do want to pivot, though, because you mentioned the Skubal thing with regards to the Brewers being losers yesterday, quote unquote, at the trade deadline. GM Matt Arnold went on the broadcast. If you were watching the game last night, you saw him hop into the booth last night with Brian and Vinny and talk about the arms that they acquired, how excited they are about these pieces they've put in place, and also the Skubal thing. Then he also did a media availability in the media, what do you call that, booth? It's been a minute since I've been
I think it was in the cafeteria, weirdly enough.
Fantastic. Right in front of the soft serve. Excellent. Perfect.
Yeah.
And he used a couple of words that I was like, what was that? I'm sorry. And then he said it again. Can we hear that quote from Matt Arnold in reference to the Skubal decision, the trade that sent him to the Dodgers, Will?
Yeah, I mean, we certainly talked about doing some irresponsible stuff as well, but I would say we tried to thread the needle, as Murph says, and hopefully we accomplished that.
Irresponsible stuff. When you couple that quote, which he used twice, he said it in the booth and he said it again apparently in the cafeteria, with the information that has been trickling out of Detroit and elsewhere, it really seems, guys, like the Tigers were not interested in negotiating or dealing with anyone other than the Dodgers. The fact that Matt Arnold went on the record and said that they were throwing some irresponsible stuff. Meaning,
he said they considered it and then tried to thread a needle. So I don't know if they got up to, he said they considered being irresponsible, but then he tried to thread the needle.
So the question, the answer that he gave in the booth, I actually thought was more revealing because he said, I would say we can't discuss specifics. Hey, you
okay?
over there.
Okay.
How does that make you feel?
Spa. Spa?
Sound it out.
What I'm really struggling with is that in the first minute of the show, you were gobbledygook out of the mouth, and now you're telling me how to speak. I would say we can't discuss specifics, but we try to do responsible stuff around here, and there was some irresponsible stuff being thrown around.
Totally disagree. Disagree 1,000%. You're going to tell me that when Ron Wolf traded for Brett Favre, that wasn't looked at as irresponsible?
Not only should
it's not irresponsible if it works out and you get to the
100%.
World Series or you win the World Series. That is not. You're going to tell me at the time people didn't think Ron Wolf was crazy when he traded for Brett Favre.
They did.
I'm still sitting here and telling you it's irresponsible to trade a first-round pick for a guy who was a second-round pick the year before. That is irresponsible. Even if it works out, that's still irresponsible. You have to take those. Sometimes you have to take those risks.
Yes.
But yes, what Ron did was irresponsible. But he believed in Brett that much, so he stood on business, and he did because he did what he had to do to get the Falcons to say yes. Right? In order to get Brett.
Yes, but I came
But also, the Falcons...
Yesterday, I found peace. Was
that because of Jens Wusa?
No, well, it helped. But I found peace because all I did is pivot from the World Series to NLCS. That's my World Series now. Because I don't believe there is a chance in hell that they're going to beat the Dodgers. Not with that starting rotation.
So we're all on the same page, though, that when Matt Arnold is referencing the word irresponsible, he's talking about that, man, they were willing to put some guys in the middle of the table that you probably wouldn't want them to put in order to go out and get Skubal, because they thought that he was that big of an upgrade to their rotation. But I want you to take a listen to what Pat Murphy had to say yesterday about the Brewers engaging with the Tigers about Skubal, because I think this is revealing as well.
Yeah, the initial reaction that it was kind of like us against the Dodgers for Skubal. I don't believe that for 1 minute, meaning I'm not saying we weren't. I know we went after trying to get that player. I don't know exactly the details of it all, but I know this. It isn't as simple as that's a better package. It's not as simple as that. There's a lot more layers to it. I don't understand it fully. But I think this is, a bigger situation rather than, well, that was a better package. And to say that the Brewers didn't try is simply incorrect. And I couldn't get anybody to try. You gotta. Sometimes you just gotta. You gotta be responsible too. And the suggestion, Vinny. Does it force you to go tighten, sharpen your sword a little bit? Yeah, it does.
So, going back to the Brett example, the Falcons allowed Ron to be irresponsible. The Falcons listened. Based on the information that Jen had referenced, a couple reports coming out of Detroit, and now coupling that with what Murph just said. I mean, Murph is implying collusion there. That's what he's implying.
Yeah, he is.
And for a manager to come out and say that makes me think he feels pretty comfortable in his stance to put that information out there. That the Tigers just were not going to listen to anyone, and for whatever reason, only wanted to deal with the Dodgers. Like, for whatever reason. Murph doesn't know the reason. We don't know the reason, but for whatever reason.
But you cannot determine if something is irresponsible when it has not run its course.
That's fair. It's like when we always talk about grading drafts.
Because if we gave up 4 first-round draft picks for Micah Parsons, which would be considered irresponsible, and they win 2 Super Bowls with Micah Parsons, it's no longer irresponsible. And if you have confidence in yourself to build the best farm system in the league, then what do you care? You're so much better than everyone else at doing this. Go find someone else to replace who you just traded.
And I got to be honest with you, Chew, them saying that they were sort of pushing these pieces to the middle of the table, they're using the term irresponsible, makes me believe they were willing to do it. Now, again, maybe that's taking it a step too far because, Gabe, like you said, it sounds like they were considering irresponsible options. But again, I keep going back to what I came to yesterday, which was something doesn't smell right here. Something doesn't smell right. And the report that Gabe was referencing was this Sleeper Dodgers account, and it's 2 reporters who cover, I believe it's the Tigers, who said Detroit Tiger officials called the Dodgers on Saturday night to inform them they wanted to get the Skubal deal done. The Tigers reached out to the Dodgers. That information makes me feel like it didn't matter what the Brewers put together. It didn't matter the pieces they put. And again, we talk all the time about taking advantage of bad franchises. Ha ha ha, Jerry Jones. Maybe the Tigers are just a bad franchise and they just weren't willing to say, let's go get the best offer out there. They said, we're working with the Dodgers, end of story.
It's like they were Matt Damon and Rounders. They were ready to sit down at Teddy GKB's table, and then Teddy just said, no, you can't sit here. It's basically what happened. Like, they were ready to go with their 3 stacks of high society and make a run at this thing, and it seems like the Tigers never gave them a seat at the table.
And why is that? Just because Skubal wanted to go to the Dodgers?
I mean, that could be it. It could be Tigers ownership went, hey, just trade him to the Dodgers, and maybe we can try to get what we want in a salary cap. Like, it's all the conspiracy theories we talked about yesterday. But all those conspiracy theories are only going to gain traction when reports like this come out of, yeah, it didn't seem like the Tigers were really interested in listening to anyone.
Well, then why not say it?
The Dodgers.
Why not say it? I'd say it as plain as day. I'd say they didn't want to deal with us. There's nothing we could do. Because then the fans...
that's basically what Murph just said.
Well, Murph, but I want to hear it from the man pulling the lever. I want to hear it from the man pulling the lever.
Yeah, I wonder what his definition of irresponsible is, because when he said that, it's almost like the goody two-shoes kid that drinks soda past his bedtime. Like, I don't know how irresponsible you're actually being.
Like Coach,
like, what's your definition?
I don't know, it's 8:30 and I snuck a sip of Mountain Dew.
Everyone needs to go to bed. Yeah. So I don't like the word irresponsible, you know? Because, you know why? Because when you're an organization like the Brewers and you're up against it because baseball isn't fair, you have to be irresponsible. I'm sorry. You have to be. It's just the way it is.
At some point, yes. At some point, you have to do something like that. Like when they pushed their chips, I mean, they gave up a lot in terms of the number of prospects when they got Christian Yelich.
Yeah.
And I know Yelly's not great right now. Yelly won an MVP.
Exactly.
And was really close to winning a second MVP until he busted his kneecap. So, I mean, I would say that, yeah, maybe it seemed like, oh, man, that's a lot to give up for that. And then he wins an MVP, you go to an NLCS.
Because does everyone, when you look at it, does everyone in a big trade, I'm talking, a Micah Parsons type trade, is one side always irresponsible? Like, look at Matthew Stafford. Was Detroit irresponsible in trading him to the Rams?
Because
there's a good chance he's going to win a
where
second.
They were trying to do right by a guy also, right?
Or Peyton Manning from the Colts to Denver. Was that irresponsible?
I mean, there were some different things because of Manning's
the
injury
and stuff like that.
The injury to Manning. But you bring up Micah, and it honestly almost seems like the Tigers kind of did what Jerry did.
Because Philly was offering more.
Yeah, and Jerry just went, nope, I'm dealing with the Packers, 2 first-round picks, and Kenny Clark, and Goody's like,
do you think the CBA,
I got to think about it.
Do you think the CBA, the upcoming pending CBA, had anything to do with it?
Yes.
Possible.
I think everybody is pushing every decision they make through that prism. And to the point that Gabe made yesterday, some teams have more leash. Some teams have more ability to withstand that work stoppage. Again, we talked about if Skubal goes there and they sign an extension and then they would grandfather it in, even if there is a work stoppage. That wasn't happening if he comes to the Brewers.
Yeah.
Right? And from a financial stability standpoint, if you're Skubal, column A, please. Door number 1, please. Like, I feel like that's how that would absolutely shake out, no questions asked. We got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. But Matt Arnold said something else yesterday that raised eyebrows. Look, we appreciate the transparency. I loved that he popped into the booth. I love that we got to hear his thoughts on the trade deadline acquisitions and on the Skubal situation. But here's something that I think will interest Brewers fans. We'll talk about that right after this.
When someone walks into your lobby, office, or facility, what impression do they get from your business? You can turn ordinary spaces into memorable brand experiences with Captivate exhibits. I have seen some of the firsthand work that they've done. I've visited their office. I've seen some of the different things that they've done. They've got a great warehouse there. I've seen what their office looks like because they know how to tell stories through history walls, company timelines, lobby renovations, trophy displays, break rooms. Captivate creates spaces that tell your story and celebrate your culture. For more than 32 years, Captivate has been creating custom, memorable environments that connect with employees and visitors alike. So see how they can transform your space and brand today. All you have to do is go to CaptivateExhibits.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Got some delays westbound 94 just west of 27th Street to about Hawley Road. Eastbound's backing up a bit from Mitchell Boulevard to 35th Street. Got an incident on the ramp from 84th Street to westbound 94. Just keep an eye out for that. I don't think that one's in traffic, though. Southbound on 41, slowing from Appleton Avenue past Capitol Drive. Northbound heading right past Hampton is where you're seeing those delays. Traffic is brought to you by Sewer Ninjas. Just like we help you avoid traffic backups, Sewer Ninjas helps homeowners avoid sewer backups with camera inspections, drain cleaning, and trenchless repairs. Learn more at sewerninjas.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Mostly sunny, then increasing clouds, a high of 84. Tonight, chance of showers and storms. Heavy rain is possible with a low of 68. Weather is brought to you by Lake Lawn Resort. Your perfect Wisconsin summer starts at Lake Lawn Resort. Enjoy boating, golf, spa treatments, and lakeside relaxation on Delavan Lake. Visit lakelawnresort.com. For the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 4th.
Curio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Local Union 2150 IBEW. Tune in August 4th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
This summer, escape to Lake Lawn Resort, where lake life meets resort luxury. Nestled along the shores of beautiful Delavan Lake, Lake Lawn is the perfect destination for a weekend getaway, family vacation, or even a few days to simply unplug and recharge. Enjoy boating and water sports, lakeside golf at Majestic Oaks, relaxing spa treatments, exceptional dining, and breathtaking sunsets along 2 miles of shoreline. Whether you're looking for adventure on the water or a quiet lakeside retreat, the perfect Wisconsin summer is waiting at Lake Lawn Resort. Visit lakelawnresort.com to book your stay today.
Fall is right around the corner, and we've got something new to celebrate this season. You already know and love our apple flavor. In fact, you love it so much, we're giving it a package all its own. Introducing the new Apple 4-Pack, the same crisp apple flavor you can't get enough of. Now in a convenient 4-pack that's perfect for sharing, stocking up, or enjoying all season long. This fall, grab the new Apple 4-Pack from Carbless. Go to drinkcarbless.com and find it near you.
I'm with Eric, Director of Research for Good Karma Brands. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Eric, what does partner mean to you?
Partner isn't just out for them. The partner cares about how we solve our problems, and it can be a mutually beneficial relationship from there on.
And I understand throughout the more than 15-year partnership between Good Karma Brands and James Imaging Systems, you have shared many core values.
Absolutely. Work hard, be honest, over-deliver, follow through, listen, teamwork.
Eric, summarize your overall business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems for me.
Outstanding. As we've grown tremendously and you guys have still been able to meet our needs each step of our growth, that's huge.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
We've all walked through the Expo Center at the Wisconsin State Fair, seen something and thought, now that would be nice to have. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and that's exactly what happened to me when I found Good Health Saunas just a few years ago. Buying my infrared sauna was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I sleep better, have more energy, recover faster, and with how much I travel, the detox benefits are huge. Visit Good Health Saunas inside the Expo Center at the Wisconsin State Fair, August 6th through the 16th, or learn more at goodhealthsaunas.com.
Ready, down, put.
All Packers, all the time.
He was a field tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project? Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Visit extpros.com.
Always great to touch base with our friend and teammate Jason Wilde. Good morning, Jason. How are you doing today?
I'm good, everybody. How are you?
We're good. Working our way through the Brewers trade deadline developments. Let's talk about the rookie kicker, shall we? Thumbs up on the rookie kicker, thumbs down on the rookie kicker, Jason?
Sideways thumb for now. We'll have to wait and see a little further.
Like your Caesar in the ring, in the Gladiator.
Yeah, he's 8 for 13 the last 2 days. That is, I'm no mathematician, but that's 61.5%. That's not good. Now, the place to miss kicks is in practice. And if you're working on different things and you're trying to figure things out, that's where you want to be missing them. On top of that, the extenuating circumstances of Matt Orzek, their longtime long snapper, being on the pup. And they didn't even have a long snapper for a few days, and then they brought in Cal Adamitis, which I'm still not sure if that's even the way I'm supposed to pronounce his name. There's a lot of moving pieces right now. Now, I would refer everyone, though, back to what Brian Gutekunst said 6 days ago when training camp opened, and he stood at that podium, and he said, I'd like to think that I will have more patience than I've had. And then he basically acknowledged that, he hasn't been very patient. So that's a pretty low bar. At the same time, and I've been harping on this, I spend almost as much time saying this as I do telling people that it's not Keyshawn Nixon's fault that Keyshawn Nixon is their number one corner. But I don't understand why you don't have training camp competition for him. And now to make room to have an extra long snapper on the 91-man roster, you cut Lenny, the German kicker. So now Smack is in. Like, he's not even competing with a guy who's not going to get the job, much less competing with two guys who kicked in games that counted last season. So it just, it's too early to be making any sort of definitive judgments, but it just feels like this is not being managed in a manner that creates the proper amount of pressure. I mean, here's the other thing, and I saw this, and so did Bill Huber. Now, we did not have a hidden microphone attached to the crossbar when this happened on Sunday, but after Smack missed his first kick, one of the officials they had at practice was signaling make or miss. And then I saw LaFleur go over to the guy, and then the remaining kicks, he never signaled. And if we're concerned so much about, the Wildes and the Hubers and the Hodkowitzes and the Demoskis of the world being able to see the official show whether it's a make or a miss, Mike McCarthy would say that's a polluted mindset.
Wow.
You guys are cackling over
that. It's just pathetic is what it is. Jeez, I'm gross. Take the training wheels off. Jason, how has Jordan looked overall?
He looked good. I mean, I was at the ESPN Madison Open yesterday, so I assume that's why he threw his first pick of training camp, because I wasn't there to watch. But he's been good, right? There's obviously a new defense. I don't think they've had nearly as many competitive periods as even Matt LaFleur was intending to have. The old adage too about how the defense is usually ahead of the offense. Apparently that applies even if the defense has a new system. So he's been good. Not like having one of those camps where you're like, oh my God, he's elevated his game so much. But they've had one padded practice, and I wasn't there for it. So I'm looking forward to today, and I hope they have some more, competitive periods. But they're playing with Aaron Banks isn't doing team drills. Zach Bako-Bawele is not doing team drills. So their offensive line is a hodgepodge. Like, I don't know. It just feels like on a bunch of levels, it's kind of this just kind of uneven start to training camp.
Thank you for saying Baco Bawele for us, by the way.
Isn't it Baku? I thought it was Baku Bawele.
I don't.
Okay. I honestly don't know, Jason. Like I had heard a couple different people say it. It's either Baku or Bako, and I'm not sure. So.
No, the official pronunciation from Nate LaCasio in the PR department. First name BAH-KAKOE. That says
Bako.
Ko to me. Otherwise it'd be KOO, right?
Yes.
So
yeah, that's Bako.
B-E-E, well, W-E-L-L-A-A-Y. So Bako Biwele is what I'm going with.
Okay, I'm glad somebody actually did that from the Packers because that is important.
I really like Zach, and I love how he explained, the idea that someday he's going to have kids, and he wants them to know kind of their heritage and where they came from with his Nigerian roots. But there is part of me for I know it's more words, but the right tackle, formerly known as Zach Tom, has a certain ring to it as well. But again, out of respect for him, I will work to learn the pronunciation and get comfortable with it.
Kind of like when Prince used to go by the artist formerly known as Prince.
Yep, that's the reference, baby.
Jason, the competition for the other pass rusher, the offensive line competition, that didn't really start until yesterday, correct? Because as much as you want to have competitive periods with guys with helmets and shorts on, like you actually need a level of physicality to actually judge how good these guys are across the line.
No doubt. And, I know the feeling among my brethren after practice yesterday was that the dentist was performing some root canals on the offensive line. Denai Dennis Sutton had a really strong day. And again, they have all these guys that are vying to, because look, it's going to be Lucas Van Ness, who's, I guess he kind of had a quiet day yesterday on the first day of pads, but, let's not judge anybody based on one practice. Guys are just varying degrees of unproven, right? I mean, as much as the dentist has a cool nickname, DDS, he's a rookie. People are excited about Barron Sorrell. I mean, he played like 200 snaps last year. Colin Oliver, who does not like to be called the baby Micah, but nevertheless, that's what his teammates christened him, played in one game last year. And then let's not forget Brenton Cox, who I think is kind of the forgotten guy.
I'm right there with you, Jason. 2 years ago, he was Kingsley Nabare.
Yeah, the problem is even him. You know how many total in his first 3 years NFL games he played? 15. So he's their most experienced next option after Lucas Van Ness, and he's played 15 games in 3 years. So, it's just there's going to be a feeling out process there, but this is, again, why I was so tempted to put Micah Parsons ahead of Jordan Love in my countdown of the most important Packers, because I think we're going to see how important he is when they don't have him at their disposal for between the first 4 to 6 to 8 games of the year.
Jason Wilde joining us on the Yingling guest hotline. All right, Jason, tell us what you've seen from the cornerbacks. I know everybody's interested in how Keyshawn Nixon is doing and how rookie Brandon Cisse is doing out there.
Yeah, Keyshawn Nixon's been good, man. I feel like I've been given the Keyshawn Nixon apologist title. I know Gabe is like the vice apologist or the secretary of apology, but
I like that
he's
title.
been good. Like he the other day he had 3 pass breakups. Yesterday he had a pass break. Like again, no one is mistaking him for Tremont Williams or Charles Woodson at this point, or Al Harris. Like, look, you would be happy to have him as your number 2 corner, and don't be mad at him that he's not that. Look, Cisse, I will say this. I've been impressed with, for a guy that turned 21 on July 2nd, he's a pro. He carries himself well. He's made a few plays. The guy that I've kind of liked, and he had a nice pick on Sunday, is Benjamin St. Juste. And as LaFleur said, and he's 1,000% right, they don't make cornerbacks that look like him. I mean, the dude's 6'3", he's long, he's lithe. But again, like, everyone was all excited about him when they signed him. Oh, he was one of the top-rated or the top-rated corner in zone coverage in all of the NFL last year, according to Pro Football Focus. But he only played 35% of the Chargers snaps. So the opportunity is there, and I'm eager to see it. Carrington Valentine. He was having a decent first few days, and then he pulled up lame on Sunday with a leg injury. Didn't practice yesterday. So there's still a lot of moving pieces there, and there's nobody. This is not the days of when we knew that, Jair Alexander was their number 1 lockdown guy. There is not a guy that deserves to be viewed that way.
Jason, why did they move Golden to X, and who was the starting Z?
So I think part of the problem with this, and I have this too, Chewy, because you and I are roughly the same age, and you were a young up-and-coming tight end when I was a young up-and-coming beat writer. But, like, my brain still works on X, Y, Z, F, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they really do jumble them more, and have done that ever since LaFleur, and even McCarthy did it, way more than Holmgren did. So, and LaFleur, I know, kind of rolled his eyes yesterday when, because this all stems from Love saying that Golden's the X,
yep,
which is what Romeo predominantly was. It's kind of like, I liken it to the fact that once upon a time when Earl Dotson and Tausch were playing, there was like a decided difference between the right tackle and the left tackle's importance.
Mm-hmm.
And the way the game has evolved, that gap has closed considerably. So, Watson's the other guy outside, and Reed's the guy inside, and they're going to be interchangeable. The one thing that they love about Watson is not only is he big, tall, and fast, but he really, he can line up in the slot, and you don't see a 6'4" guy line up as that guy very often.
It's just, for me, Jason, X always went away from strength. And Z is your better route runner. I wouldn't call Christian Watson a great route runner. I just wouldn't. I mean, I played Sterling, great route runner. Robert Brooks, maybe the best I've ever seen. Free was okay. Jordy was very good. Devontae was unbelievable. Christian Watson, okay.
But they just move everybody around, except for, I guess my question, Jason, have you seen them use Jaden Reed on the outside at all? Are they going to try to get him more snaps? And with these three trying to use them interchangeably, does that mean Jaden could line up outside, or is he still basically exclusively running out of the slot?
I have seen him line up outside. I can't remember if he got the ball on those plays. I still think, look, they're going to go Kraft, Watson, Reed, Golden, and then Jacobs in the backfield. They're going to be in 11 personnel. I mean, I have no idea how often, but it'll be easily their most used formation. But again, I just, to Chewy's point, like early in my career, like the X was also the guy that got the ball thrown to him, 100 times.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that's they're not going to operate that way moving forward in 2026, where they might have done that in 1996. So to your point, like, I don't think Watson's biggest strength is that he's like an elite level route runner, but like Devontae Adams, yeah, he still is to this day unbelievable getting off the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
The precision in his route running is off the charts, and yet he was at Z a ton during his time here.
Yeah.
So and back in the old days, he would have always been the X, right? Because you would have wanted to get him the ball more.
Well, the X would always be away from strength. So what we'd do is obviously we'd split him out left. If they double team him, then you're going to the right. But if they single cover him, you got no chance of stopping him. So 3rd and 6 would be like, thank you very much. And
then,
even they would double Devontae, and he'd still get the ball.
Matter. Yeah,
Like, that's how good of a route runner he was. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to watch, though, Jason.
And back in '96, everything would go to hell, and then the quarterback would just find his Linus security blanket on a stick route and get him the ball for 8 yards and keep the chains moving.
Because I'd fall forward. It was 6 feet, so there's 3 yards. They really were not nice to me, Jason, when I played.
Who? Everybody? The officials, your teammates,
my
coaches?
Teammates.
Oh.
They were jerks. Oh, yeah, throw it to Chew on a 5-yard route. He'll fall forward 3 more and get 8. Yeah.
It's 3 yards after the catch, Chew.
Sounds like they weren't wrong, though.
I had yaks.
Yeah.
I had yaks.
3 at a
Jason,
time. 3 at a time.
Jason, we appreciate you hanging out with us this morning. We'll talk to you again soon, sir.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde. Listen to him on Wilde and Tausch right after our little program here on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
Shopping for new windows and doors should never include haggling. That's why Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home. And Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin never uses high-pressure sales tactics. That's what I enjoyed working with them, sitting down with their team, going through the options, not just how things might look for my home when I got a new front door, but also the different pricing options that they have. Also, when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, that same team that manufactures your windows and doors also sells, installs, and services them. Real pricing, premium quality with no game. Schedule that free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Some delays right now along southbound 41. Those are starting at Appleton Avenue all the way down to Capitol Drive, northbound from Capitol to Hampton. Southbound on 43, just a little bit of a tap of the brakes heading towards Burleigh. We do have one crash on northbound. It's on the ramp from College Avenue to northbound 94, and it is on the right shoulder, so just be careful heading past that. Westbound 94 slowing from 35th to Hawley Road. Eastbound's backed up right past Barker to Brookfield Road, and again from Hawley Road to 35th. Traffic is brought to you by MoMA. MoMA is the new name connecting trusted local providers like OIW, SMOC, and Innovative Pain, getting you back in action with expert evaluation and innovative treatments provided in their offices. The Surgery Center, Ortho Laser, or MOSH. Call or walk in today. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Mostly sunny, then increasing clouds, a high of 84. Tonight, chance of showers and storms. Heavy rain is possible with a low of 68. Weather's brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
Looking for a dinner that actually impresses and cocktails that keep the conversation going? Head to the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel and discover the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. Bold, elevated dinners, thoughtfully crafted cocktails. It's the kind of place where every plate and every pour is made with intention. Come for dinner, stay for another round. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
Kevin Rett from Mentality Men's Health. Here's what we've learned in treating 25,000 men. You can't just rely on testosterone alone anymore. To run at full capacity, your body needs peptide therapy on top of your TRT. Our physician's treatment designed to support your recovery, repair, and performance with peptide therapy. A custom plan around your numbers, monitored every step of the way. Testosterone levels the field and peptides drive your results. Start today at lowtusa.com.
Some companies build projects. At Professional Construction, Inc., we build relationships.
That means showing up early, taking pride in the details, and having each other's backs, on and off the job site.
We're looking for skilled carpenters who really care about their craft and want to be part of a team.
Not just another paycheck, but a place where the people you work with actually matter.
If you work hard, take pride in what you build, and want to join a tight-knit crew, then we'd love to meet you.
Apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Buying or selling a home isn't just a transaction. It's one of life's biggest decisions.
That's why clarity, trust, and the right guidance matter, especially in an ever-changing market.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
I'm John Lorenz.
And I'm Taylor Mangini. Our team delivers a white glove experience at every price point, combining expert negotiation, local insight, and genuine care.
Get started today with a team you can trust at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
Driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Come on, guys. Let's think about this. Could you do 50 straight days of burgers?
That was very condescending. I just
No,
want to be
no,
clear
that's
on
not.
the
Let's put our heads together.
Again, I have children. I know condescending when I hear it.
I can be. Come on,
On 94.5 ESPN.
The best time of year, Wisconsin State Fair, right around the corner. And Wisconsin State Fair always makes me think about when I made my purchase at the Wisconsin State Fair a few years ago. Good Health Saunas. That's right. I was walking through the Expo Center, saw the sauna display, and I had been wanting to get one. I kept hearing about all the good things that saunas do for your life, right? You get better sleep and better recovery. And, I'm always worried about my skin and longevity. And saunas answered all those questions for me. They're a local company based right here in Waukesha. So stop by the Good Health Saunas booth inside the Expo Center at the Wisconsin State Fair, August 6th through August 16th, or visit them online at goodhealthsaunas.com. Getting back to the Brewers as we continue breaking down the acquisitions at the trade deadline, how much closer this gets them to the Dodgers, who are the perceived leaders in the clubhouse when it comes to the talent gap in the National League. And we mentioned how Matt Arnold addressed the media. Love that. Love that he popped in the booth. Love that he answered the questions. Love that he talked to reporters. But there was one other thing that Matt Arnold was asked yesterday at AmFam Field. Take a listen to this.
Matt, when you see your club after this, do you think World Series? Do you think you made a World Series roster?
I try not to think that far ahead. Certainly that is on our mind, but we're trying to do what Murph talks about every night, which is win tonight.
For what it's worth, they did not win last night. I just want to put that out there. That did not inspire a ton of confidence, Gabe.
No. How could it? That's an easy question to answer. Hey, I think we did really good. I like our chances going forward. That's all you have to say. Because here's the other thing. As the general manager, we know you're thinking that. We know you have to think. Part of being a general manager is thinking in the now and thinking in the future. That's part of having the balance. Okay, how do we do this? Especially when you're the Brewers. At the trade deadline, okay, how are these prospects going to affect us down the line? This is just how the job works. So to say, we're not really thinking that far in the future. Like, come on, man.
Well, that's a goody answer, right? We're used to it.
Yeah, but
I agree with you.
But I don't. I don't want if somebody asked after the Packers made some sort of trade acquisition in the middle of the season, and Goody steps up to the podium, and somebody asks him the same question: "Hey, do you think you've built a Super Bowl roster?" I'd want more than just the hemming and hawing of, oh, we're just trying to win tonight.
I like our chances. Would that have been good?
Oh, hold on. I
Okay.
think this is a good exercise, Chewy. I think you're good at answering these types
Yeah.
of questions in a way that, makes the fans happy, but also is honest and authentic. So let's ask the question again. Will's going to play it for us. We're going to have Chewy answer it how we wish Matt Arnold had answered it.
Matt, when you see your club after this, do you think World Series? Do you think you made a World Series?
Have Chewy's turn. Pause.
I would have said I like where we're positioned. I think we got better at the trade deadline. Obviously, there's a lot of baseball left. Our focus is taking it one game at a time, and that's what we're going to do. And hopefully, at the end of the day, we make the playoffs, and we'll see what happens.
Not better than
you kind of answered it exactly like him.
You did the
exact same thing.
Well, what do you want him to say?
it.
Yeah, we're winning this damn thing. We're pissed off that Skubal went to these jerks out west.
I just want him to say, hey, I like the team
Now,
we
that's
put
what
together.
I would like to say.
I'm more uninspired by your speech, honestly.
Yeah, because it dragged down longer.
You just said we're going to take it game by game. At least he said we're going to try to win every game.
Hey, you can shut up anytime, okay?
Your version was put through ChatGPT,
Yeah.
and then we got Matt
spit out
Arnold.
the nice.
We put in Matt Arnold's speech and said, make this worse.
Screw you guys.
Instead of, I didn't like the pause and hesitation at front.
Well, he was probably a little, I don't want to say taken aback, but it kind of hit him, and he just wanted to be political.
Hey, I like our chances. I like the team we assembled. Something about how I like what we've done instead of, we're just trying to win every game, one night at a time, like Murph says.
Yeah, that's a typical GM answer today, though. I didn't really have a problem with it.
It's not inspiring. Doesn't make me feel great. Jen was looking for the positivity, somebody to uplift. We did a terrible job of that yesterday. I was hoping maybe the GM could uplift us a little
Speak
bit.
for yourself. I walked away feeling pretty good about the job
Jeez,
that I
now
did
we're just
yesterday.
lying all over the place. Lying to ourselves.
No, I just have an inflated sense of self. How long do we need to do the show together before you realize that? Let's push it through the Seinfeld scale of concern this morning. After hearing what Matt Arnold said about his World Series roster, where do you stand on the Seinfeld scale of concern? To remind me, Will, what they are, I believe it's yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
You look a little stressed.
You look a little stressed.
Oh, I'm stressed.
Oh, wait. Isn't there one on? What's the next one? Oh, freaking out.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out. I am freaking out.
I'm a little stressed.
You look a little stressed.
Oh, I'm stressed. I'm stressed. I'm stressed at the Cubs. The Cubs kind of. Because I think the pitchers they picked up are a little bit better.
Yeah, but they needed to do something. Their pitching staff was and is just incredibly beat up.
See, I watched a handful of innings of the game last night, and to me it looked like the players were not all the players, but some of them were pouting a little bit at the as of what happened at the trade deadline.
What are you talking about? How are they pouting?
What did you see Contreras on the first wild pitch? I don't even know if he knew there was a guy on base. It went over his glove. He turned around and looked at the ball and was like, "Oh crap!" It's like fumbling and like
distracted. He was distracted again. How was he pouting? He was like, "I'm not getting that." Is that what you thought?
I just think you get that. You feel sorry for yourself a little bit. I've been there as a player, and I've been on a team where we've kind of felt sorry for ourselves.
I think that's a fair point. Like you're excited. You think that your team is in the mix. You think you're going to go out and get this big, acquisition. This guy who's going to elevate you, as Gabe has used the phrase, close the gap between you and the team that won the World Series last year.
I just think a thing like getting Skubal would have excited. You can almost will yourself sometimes to a win.
Interesting.
To a big win.
Uh-huh.
You kind of can. And that was, I always go back to the San Francisco game in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. 95.
When we went there, we felt like we didn't have any pressure. We're like, you know what? This is our time. It's our time. And we just went and just kicked the crap.
Beat them up.
Wayne, and we're like, why not us? And I think a big trade like that can go one of two ways. When you add a special player like Micah Parsons last year.
Oh, that was a huge boost to energy.
Huge, and you felt it too. And hopefully they feel it again this year at some point in time.
Do you think
I just got that feeling a little bit.
Sure, which is going to be one game, but when I think the guys were planning on arriving either late last night or today.
Yeah.
So they'll be there today, May and Senzatella and Romero. Do you think that gives a boost? Yes, it's not Skubal, but now just having new perspective guys that, especially somebody like Senzatella, going from the Rockies to the team that has one of the best records in baseball.
I guarantee you this, because I saw Murph come out of the dugout. I don't even know if the guy was warming up in the bullpen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is he just going to go out there and cover his mouth and say, what the bleep is going on here? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Because they kind of had the efforts. To me, that's what it looked like. And when he raised his arm, I'm like, let me tell you what, there's nothing worse than a coach saying, you know, to the whole team, get him out of there. It's embarrassing as hell.
Mm-hmm.
You think Sproat was embarrassed? As he should be.
Well, and then they announced that he had a meeting last night with Murph and Matt Arnold to talk about his future.
Very reserved in his post-game scrum last night.
And my guess is Murph, maybe they have a unity council or Captain said, hey, we're not feeling sorry for ourselves here, are we? You know, because that happens from, I'm telling you, players pout.
Well, I got to imagine, especially, I mean, if that happens over the course of 17 games, well, for you, 16 games, over 162.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to say it's not even a conscious decision. I mean, again, human beings
100%.
being the product of circumstances and whatnot, it's a letdown.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of a letdown, right? You were excited. You thought you might be in the mix here. Maybe I'm sure that there were swirlings and rumors and rumblings around the clubhouse and around the team, like that they were in the mix, that they were going to make this happen, and then it doesn't happen. And there's inevitably a human letdown. I get that reaction rolling in on the Carbless Talk and Text line and on the ESPN YouTube stream. I like this comment from Jane, who says they've spent the last 2 days saying on the radio that Brewers have no chance against the Dodgers. Now they're mad the GM didn't say the right word salad. I don't know that we're mad about the word salad. I think this was the opportunity for the GM to sort of give that vote of confidence for the moves that were made and be the guy who was like, hey, critics be damned. ESPN.com saying we were the biggest losers at the trade deadline. Be damned. We have a good team, and we're going to compete day in and day out, and we're going to give the Dodgers all we can, or we're going to give whatever team we have to face in the postseason all they can handle.
Whatever he was going to say, just say it with his chest, right? Just say it with your chest there in that situation.
Yeah. No, I mean, it didn't really bother me, but I mean, I just hope people.
Well, yeah, because you just verbatim said what he did.
Let's not be delusional fans here, okay? And anybody can beat anybody. I mean, hell, we lost to a team we were 14 or 12-point favorites to. Yeah, sure, that can happen. But the 5 Dodgers starters would be number ones on most teams in the MLB. Okay?
And they do force me into a situation that I don't love, Chew.
Yeah.
Which is rooting for injuries.
Yes.
Right?
We're not even talking about their offense.
I actually feel
We're
good
just
about it
talking
because
about their pitching.
Some of the pitchers are already dealing with injuries. So I'm not wishing injuries upon them. They've already got the injuries. I'm just wishing the injuries would be prolonged. Does that, right? That feels like I feel better about it.
Yeah,
like,
I cannot,
I'm a big.
I'm for somebody who was preaching about karma not too long ago. Like,
again, I'm not saying I want them to get hurt. I'm
putting
saying,
that out into the universe.
No, I want to be clear. I'm not saying that I want them to get hurt. I'm saying since you're already there, why don't you just stick around a little longer?
But I'm a big safety net guy. I want a safety net. Like me and we're in Colorado, and we saw this skydiving place where you're never more than 10 feet from the ground. That's all me. I ain't jumping out of a plane without a net under me.
Much more dangerous, by the way, to be 10 feet off the ground at all times.
It's like a big fan that blows you.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do because you fall on your face, you might break your nose. You fall on a plane.
Yeah.
You're going to bounce.
I don't know what the injury frequency is on the skydiving. I think it's pretty low.
I really don't want to know.
I think it's pretty low. I don't think that they could keep doing it if the injury rate was pretty high.
When the game matters, where you play matters even more. At Wisconsin Country Club, you get a championship-level golf experience right here in Milwaukee with nearly a century of tradition behind it. But what really sets our club apart, beyond the golf, everything that we have as well. Pool days, tennis, pickleball, fitness, great dining. Chef's been killing it all summer long. Programs your kids actually look forward to in the summer. It's not a pieced-together lifestyle. It is all in one place. You're going to love it. if you join. I've had a couple of friends who have joined this summer. Excited to have them out there. Excited to have you out there as well. The Wisconsin Country Club, a better way to experience the game and everything around it. Schedule your private tour today. Mention Good Karma for exclusive promotions.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's time now for the Sewer Ninjas Minute of the Day, featuring helpful tips to protect your home and prevent costly repairs by staying one step ahead of sewer problems. From your local experts at Sewer Ninjas.
If you own an older home, especially before 1980, or you're thinking about buying one, there's one inspection you should never skip: the sewer inspection. Many sewer lines installed decades ago were made from clay or cast iron and can deteriorate over time. A simple camera inspection can identify roots, cracks, or deterioration long before sewage backs up in your basement, which is the responsibility of the homeowner and not the city. I'm Jordan with Sewer Ninjas, locally owned, Wisconsin proud, and here to help you protect your home.
This has been the Sewer Ninjas Minute of the Day, helping Wisconsin homeowners stay ahead of costly sewer problems, 1 minute at a time. Learn more today at sewerninjas.com.
I'm with Eric, Director of Research for Good Karma Brands. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Eric, what does partner mean to you?
Partner isn't just out for them. The partner cares about how we solve our problems, and it can be a mutually beneficial relationship from there on.
And I understand throughout the more than 15-year partnership between Good Karma Brands and James Imaging Systems, you have shared many core values.
Absolutely. Work hard, be honest, over-deliver, follow through, listen, teamwork.
Eric, summarize your overall business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems for me.
Outstanding. As we've grown tremendously and you guys have still been able to meet our needs each step of our growth, that's huge.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
You already know that Kessler's is the world's largest employee-owned group of jewelry stores.
We were recently told that Kessler's is the fastest growing group of jewelry stores in America.
Well, it just goes to show you.
Show you what?
That people like to feel good.
What do you mean?
Rick, you know how many people will drop by and look in the showcases and have some coffee and chat with their sales associates?
Yes.
That doesn't happen at other stores.
Really?
People come to Kessler's because it brightens their day.
It makes them feel good.
It certainly makes me feel good.
Tell me why.
Well, everyone's always in a good mood. And everything is clean and sparkling and romantic and happy.
It feels like sunshine and rainbows, doesn't it?
Sarah, that's exactly what it feels like.
When you're having a gray day, come to Kessler's.
Have some coffee and let us clean your jewelry.
Our jewelry cleaning equipment is completely different than what you have at home.
And we're delighted to do it for free, of course.
Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
We've all walked through the Expo Center at the Wisconsin State Fair, seen something and thought, now that would be nice to have. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and that's exactly what happened to me when I found Good Health Saunas just a few years ago. Buying my infrared sauna was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I sleep better, have more energy, recover faster, and with how much I travel, the detox benefits are huge. Visit Good Health Saunas inside the Expo Center at the Wisconsin State Fair, August 6th through the 16th, or learn more at goodhealthsaunas.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
So you mentioned Super Bowls and parties and how they don't go hand in hand, which again is an absurd comment by you two, but it's just one of many on the show.
Dumber thing that Chewy has said this morning. Super Bowls and parties don't go hand in hand, or cheddar is not a top 10 cheese.
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you drive by my house, you're going to be impressed. Because our house used to be pretty drab, pretty boring, nondescript. And now it's stunning thanks to our friends at 2 Day Painting. 2 Day Painting came out. They gave us a consultation. They gave us a color suggestion. Here are some colors we think would work with the layout of your home. And then they got to work. They were professional. It was high-quality workmanship with a strong attention to detail, a smooth, hassle-free experience from start to finish, and I absolutely adore the way that my home looks right now. And that's how it should be. You should love how your home looks. Call my friends over at 2 Day Painting if you have found yourself bored with the appearance of your home. They've got free estimates available. You can schedule one at 2daypainting.com. Visit 2daypainting.com. Tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you and get started today on your new look home exterior. We're going to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy and get to Jeff Levering, who's going to continue talking about the Brewers' moves at the trade deadline and their chances of getting to a World Series with this roster. Stick around.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Delays along westbound 94 starting at 27th Street, stretching to Hawley Road, then back on the brakes west of Highway 100 to Elm Grove Road. Eastbound, you're seeing delays from Highway 16 to Highway F, and again, heading from Springdale Road past Barker Road. Westbound 894, we've got some backups from about 27th Street all the way to 51st. Eastbound is backed up between Forest Home and Loomis. Also dealing with an accident on the ramp from College Avenue to northbound 94. It's off on the right shoulder. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner, dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Mostly sunny, then increasing clouds, a high of 84. Tonight, chance of showers and storms. Heavy rain is possible with a low of 68. Weather is brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. For custom apparel that helps your team, business, or event stand out, choose Big Frog. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Every tailgate has one. One person who brings the grill. One person with the long games. One who's convinced this is the year. But everyone's favorite, the one who shows up with the carbless. Handcrafted premium cocktails with bold flavor, 0 carb, 0 sugar, just 100 calories, and gluten-free. No mixers, no mess. Just crack one open and enjoy. This football season, make Carbless the MVP of your cooler. Find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
Jeff Levering on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is presented by Carbless. Premium ready-to-drink cocktails in a can. Try their new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack. 4 nostalgic flavors. Strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple. All packed up to celebrate America's 250th birthday. Go to your local retailer or carbless.com to find it near you.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
This is Brian Balaga. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN.
94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI-HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
Joining us now on the Yuengling guest hotline. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, now officially in Wisconsin. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Is Jeff Levering to get us up to speed on all things Brew Crew. Good morning, Jeff. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thanks. Appreciate you guys just doing the phone call today instead of the video chat. Sorry you guys can't see my ugly face, but hey, here we are.
Ugly schmuggly, Jeff. What are we talking about here? We do enjoy seeing your face when we talk Brew Crew. Okay, so we've had some reaction to the Skubal situation, to the guys that the Brewers acquired. I want to start with the Skubal thing because we continue saying this doesn't pass the smell test, and we are aggregating all of the information that is out there. And sometimes you're like, is this real? Is this do we need to push this through a prism of who's it coming from, etc. But yesterday Murph talked about if you think the Brewers weren't in on this, if you think the Brewers didn't try, you're mistaken. What is your read on how the Skubal situation shook out?
I think the Brewers did everything they could to try and acquire Tarik Skubal. I think they put together a really good package in front of the Tigers to say, hey, listen, this is what we can do. This is what we can provide. And at the end of the day, it's up to the Tigers to decide what they want. And if the Tigers are content with having a second-rate option to get their ace and back-to-back Cy Young Award winner, then that is on the Tigers. In my mind, I think the Brewers had the better package. Not that I have any insider information on what that was, but I do think that the Brewers organization has better prospects than the Dodgers does. Maybe not to the level as they are close to the big leagues like the Dodgers provided. But at the same time, I think that the Brewers did absolutely everything they could to get Tarik Skubal in a Brewers uniform. But at the end of the day, it's not up to them to make that decision. All they can do is put the pieces in front of the Tigers and hope that that's one that they accept.
Do you think Skubal made the decision, Jeff? I mean, they loved him in the organization and wanted to do right by him, and Skubal said, hey, I'd rather go to the Dodgers, and that's how something like this happened?
It certainly can happen. Whether or not that's what happened or whether his agent made that happen, I'm not sure. I do think that the Brewers had a really good opportunity to bring him here. I think that at the end of the day, again, Skubal has the opportunity to say no. He doesn't have 10-5 rights, so he cannot full-on reject a trade, but he can certainly discourage a trade, in my opinion, depending on the organization and how much weight he has. And I'd say he has a lot of weight within that organization. But all the Brewers can do is go out there and try and beat them, right? That's the best way to go out there and do it, is go out there and beat them. And that's hopefully what they do next week in Los Angeles, and hopefully that's what they do if they match up in the playoffs this year.
So, Jeff, the Brewers did acquire the 3 pitchers at the deadline yesterday. How do you see those 3 and what their roles are going to be going forward?
Dustin May is going to be in the rotation. I think that's the key piece that the Brewers acquired in this trade deadline. I know Antonio Sensatella from the Rockies is going to help. JoJo Romero coming off the appendectomy is a little behind. But I think adding a piece like Dustin May, when he's healthy, and then the Brewers saw it firsthand. I mean, he took a perfect game into the 8th inning in Milwaukee earlier this year. When he is right, he is as good as anybody. And I think when you get him with the right people, like the Brewers organization, what this pitching group has done, I think that he could really thrive in this organization. I'm excited to see what he can do. The Brewers needed some depth in the starting rotation. They're going to get Harrison back, which is a great thing, hopefully on Wednesday. Yeah, Dustin May to this group. It just provides more depth to your bullpen, too, depending on what you want to do with some of these other pitchers. But I do think that the Brewers did get better yesterday by making the moves that they did.
Jeff Levering joining us here on the Yingling guest hotline. All right, so the Brewers dropped the game yesterday to the Pirates. Not a huge deal, but it is a little concerning that the Pirates seem to have had the Brewers' number this season. What do you make of that?
I mean, considering that the Brewers have had so much domination over the Pirates over the last decade, I guess it's the Brewers have been due to lose a couple of games against Pittsburgh. Now, all the games essentially have been close, with the exception of the last game of the first half, which was a clunker, and that happens. But every other game has been pretty darn close to the Pirates. One thing here, one thing there. I mean, Brandon Sproat was a strike away from going 3 innings and not giving up anything. He gives up an infield single, a base hit, walks a batter, and it's a 3-run double, and it's an extra 18 pitches in the inning. That's how that game started. And then William Contreras doesn't cover home plate on what could have been an out at home, and that's the difference in the game. So that was yesterday. I just think the Pirates have a really good starting rotation. They got better with their bullpen acquisitions yesterday at the trade deadline, too. It's a formidable team. They came in just 3.5 games back of the wild card. They have a legitimate shot to go to the postseason for the first time in a long time. And with that starting rotation, they could make some noise. And they got better offensively in the offseason, too. This is not just some slouchy Pirates team that we have seen in years past that can pitch but can't hit. They can do a little bit of everything. So the Pirates have just found ways to beat the Brewers this year, and hopefully they can come back tonight. The Brewers can and even up the series.
Jeff, how upset was Murph when he yanked Sproat in the fourth at Sproat and or Contreras? Because I've been in that. There's nothing worse than head coach saying, get him out of there in front of the whole team, which I thought Murph was doing. Did you think he was steam coming out of his ears?
It looked like a Looney Tunes episode. I mean, I've never seen a pitching change mid at bat without an injury happening, and it was base hit. He went strike one on the hitter too. Then it was wild pitch, and Sproat was done. So I mean, that was. Listen, I'm sending a message here. This is unacceptable. They've had the disappointed dad conversations a few times already this year with Murph and Brandon Sproat. So I think that was a clear message. And I said it before the game started. The trade deadline was an hour before we hit the air for the broadcast. And in our second segment of the pregame show, you acquire some guys. That's going to light a fire under the people that are on this roster. We talked about it when Cooper Pratt came up, and what does that do for Joey Ortiz? Well, Joey Ortiz responded. He's played great defense. He's been amazing at third base. He started hitting the ball better. This was a moment for Brandon Sproat to go, okay, well, you're not going to take my job, so let's go out there and pitch to the best of my abilities. And he had a bad inning. He had a bad moment, and then went out in the fourth inning and kind of just fell apart. So for me, that was Pat Murphy saying, this is unacceptable. We can't do this. We got 2 months to go, and this is not okay.
Jeff, do you think he was just heading it off at the pass by saying, hey, we are not going to feel sorry for ourselves because we didn't get Sproat. This is not going to happen on my watch. That's what it kind of felt like to me, yeah.
Yeah, totally. And listen, I don't think that the Brewers, the guys within the clubhouse were upset. Yeah, sure, you want to go get Skubal. You want the organization to go get whatever you can to make your team better. I understand that. And maybe there's some disappointment within that clubhouse. But, again, this is also a team that had the best record in Major League Baseball. The best record in Major League Baseball. And people are upset that they didn't go. I get it. You have an opportunity to improve your team. But they have also built this lead in the division. They have built this record with the guys that are in that room. So I understand some frustration in that, but at the same time, this is still a really good team. It's a very, very good team with the guys that were already in that clubhouse.
Offensively, Jeff, we've spent a lot of time talking about the bottom part. Okay, what are they going to do? How much can they get out? And whether it's been Joey playing third base, I mean, Cooper Pratt at the bottom third of the lineup, they've been fantastic. How much should we be concerned about the lack of production from the top of the lineup, or is this just, hey, it's August, everyone goes through this thing, they're trying to find the right combination right now at the top of that lineup?
I think that there is some room for concern. I mean, Christian Yelich is hitting under 200 for the last 2 months. For William Contreras, he is under 200 for the last month. Jackson Churrio's hitting 240 for the last 30 days. So you got to start getting something from these guys. Otherwise, there was 2 at-bats last night with a runner in scoring position where Terang strikes out and Yelich strikes out, and or maybe it was Contreras that struck out before, but it was 2 ABs where you had an opportunity to drive in the tying run, and both of those guys struck out, and you kind of went, oh man, this is tough, where you're kind of looking at the bottom of the order and saying, these are the guys that have been producing, and you're almost hoping they come to the plate at this point with Jake Bowers and Andrew Vaughn and Lauren, these guys that have really done the job over the last few weeks. The Brewers they need to get something out of Yelich, Contreras, and Churrio. They really do. And it's not for a lack of effort. Contreras is out there every single day taking batting practice with Jackson Churrio early. I mean, they're out there at 1 o'clock taking BP. Christian Yelich is on the field. He's in the cage. Everybody wants to get this thing right. They are working at it. But sooner or later, you got to have the results. And if Yelly is in the number 5 spot or in the number 6 spot here pretty soon, I wouldn't be shocked, because you got to have some production from the middle of the order right now.
Jeff, fair or unfair, Brewers fans feel pretty confident about this team in the regular season. they feel pretty confident about the likelihood that they will make the playoffs. The concern, of course, is having to go up against the Dodgers, who, again, we've spent a ton of oxygen talking about the Dodgers and what they did, getting Skubal and the rotation that they have and the lineup that they have. So yesterday, Matt Arnold was asked about World Series. And look, and I think it's fair because this is where Brewers fans are now as far as expectations go. Take a listen to what Matt Arnold had to say when asked about the World Series.
Matt, when you see your club after this, do you think World Series? Do you think you made a World Series roster?
I try not to think that far ahead. Certainly that is on our mind, but we're trying to do what Murph talks about every night, which is win tonight.
And we talked earlier today, Jeff, about how we just wish he would have gone a little harder to the hole. We wish he would have said it with his chest a little bit. Brewers fans are looking for optimism and a confident air that says, yes, we didn't get Skubal, but we have a really good team, and I think we're going to go toe-to-toe with the best in the league. How do you read what Matt Arnold said yesterday?
Absolutely understand both sides of the coin. You can't get to the World Series unless you win the game that night, right? You have to stack the wins. I understand all of that. Yes, do you want Matt Arnold to go out there and go, yeah, I feel like we made our team better. I feel like we can stand in front of the mirror and say we are a better team and we can hang in there with the Dodgers? Yeah. But the Dodgers have more assets. Yes, they do. They absolutely do. They have their quote-unquote second team that's going to start getting healthy here pretty soon with Glasnow and Snell and do the same thing they did last year where the last 6 weeks of the regular season, those guys are going to ramp up. And an all-star and Justin Robleski is not even going to be in their rotation in a couple of days because of the addition of Tarik Skubal and these other guys that are going to be coming in. I understand all of that. But at the same time, you have built up a lot of equity with the team that you have on the field right now. They are confident with what's in the room right now. But yeah, you do have to go win today, and you can't go win a World Series unless you get through today, and then tomorrow, and then the day after that. I understand put one foot in front of the other. That is the rational thing to say for sure. But I think within the inner walls of that fourth floor of American Family Field, they're really confident in what this team can accomplish. They really are.
All right, well, that helps. I like that report from inside the
Jeff
building.
said it with his chest. I appreciate that.
I could have told. It would have been better if I could have
McConaughey.
seen him say it with his chest, but we've only got him over the phone today, so it'll have to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's doing the McConaughey thing. He's pounding the chest a little bit.
My chest. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom.
The McConaughey thing is wild, and I know exactly what you're referring to.
Is that Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Jeff, appreciate you taking the time today. Have a great call on the broadcast. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, guys. Talk to you next week.
It's Jeff Levering on the Yingling guest hotline, giving us a little more optimism about how they are feeling inside AmFam Field as the Brewers continue their series against the Pirates.
In healthcare, change is constant. At Fifth Third Bank, we help your organization thrive with local expertise and comprehensive financial solutions. From optimizing capital structure to revenue cycle management and commercial payment tools, we're here to empower your growth. For nearly 20 years, our dedicated Milwaukee team has partnered with healthcare and not-for-profit organizations, building trust-based relationships that last. Experience the difference that only Fifth Third can provide to help your organization thrive. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Backups along southbound 43, starting just before Good Hope Road, down towards Bender Road, back on the brakes from Capitol Drive, down towards Locust. We've got northbound 4394 backing up out of the Plainfield curve up to Oklahoma Avenue. Westbound 894 backing up out of the Mitchell interchange, heading all the way towards 58th. On the eastbound side, backing up from about 60th past Loomis. Planning a home project or need added flexibility? Tap into your home's value with the home equity line of credit from Great Midwest Bank. Visit greatmidwestbank.com, your simply local equal housing lender. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Mostly sunny, then increasing clouds, a high of 84. Tonight, chance of showers and storms. Heavy rain is possible with a low of 68. Weather is brought to you by Good Health Saunas. Get your in-home infrared sauna today. Learn more at goodhealthsaunas.com and visit them at the Wisconsin State Fair Expo Center August 6th through August 16th. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is setting the stage to rock your socks off. This August, jam out with real rock off. You could win raging prizes to the tune of $300,000. Get in on the jam session by playing with your Potawatomi rewards card for entries. Thursday nights will be a game show battleground for your share of cash and reward play. Real rock off. It's gonna be epic. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. If you're planning an annual meeting, leadership summit, product launch, or trade show, you already know the pressure is on. Events by Design takes those high-stake moments and turns them into immersive experiences that energize your audience and elevate your brand. They handle everything: designing, planning, production, ensuring your event is executed seamlessly. No stress, no scrambling, just a memorable experience that delivers. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
We've all walked through the Expo Center at the Wisconsin State Fair, seen something and thought, now that would be nice to have. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and that's exactly what happened to me when I found Good Health Saunas just a few years ago. Buying my infrared sauna was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I sleep better, have more energy, recover faster, and with how much I travel, the detox benefits are huge. Visit Good Health Saunas inside the Expo Center at the Wisconsin State Fair, August 6th through the 16th, or learn more at goodhealthsaunas.com.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He hates the ending of all comedies. Apparently doesn't like happy endings.
I love happy endings. Don't take it that far.
Muy bueno. Maybe that's a vote for Groundhog Day for you.
On 94.5 ESPN.
For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. Do not let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget. They'll even build you a custom design that meets your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and that custom design room. Don't think twice. Call Geist. GEISdoors.com. GEISdoors.com.
It's Chewy's favorite segment of the week.
Hey, big guy, you catch the game?
It's Power Rankings time on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You catch the game last night?
Can I say yes to you? What will the big guy have in store for us today?
See the game last night?
Which game?
Any of them.
What do we got, you?
All right, in honor of Skubal being traded to the Dodgers, all I want from you guys are the top 10 baseball trades of all time. I will give you 13 to get 8.
Whew.
13 to get 8.
Brutal. 13 to get 8.
So it's a pretty good list. Every name you know. You just have to know if they were traded.
Okay, so number one's obvious and easy.
Babe Ruth?
Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth is number 1. He was traded to New York for $125,000 and a loan against Fenway Park. I didn't know that. That's great. Love it.
That's great.
All right, you got one down.
So 13 to get 8. Just been trying to write some names down here.
I think Mookie Betts is on this list. Was Mookie Betts?
Oh, Mookie
trade?
Betts did get traded.
Mookie Betts
It's a big
is
one.
on the list. I remember that really upset me and Gabe. He was traded to the Dodgers in 2020. The trade involved David Price.
Yeah, he's like an add-on to take on David Price's
Alex
terrible contract.
Verdugo, and prospects. That was a bad trade.
This is a bad trade. What number is Mookie?
That is number 6.
Okay.
Good pull by Jen.
What about John Smoltz?
John Smoltz is not on the list.
Damn, really?
No.
Hall
not
of Famer?
on the list. Yeah.
Smoltz.
You said there's a lot of Hall of Famers on this list. Or
Yes.
at least you told us that during the break if you didn't say it on the radio. Nolan Ryan. The Nolan Ryan trade.
Yeah, Mets to the Angels.
Nolan Ryan, not on the list.
I had Nolan on the list as well.
Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, right?
You think CeCe's on this list, Gabe?
I had him written down. I mean, if Smoltz and Nolan Ryan aren't on the list, I can't imagine CeCe's on the list. Like, Smoltz, I mean, CeCe was great with the Brewers, but Smoltz went on to be a Hall of Famer for the Braves. Yeah, Alex Rodriguez going from the Rangers to the Yankees?
Not on the list.
Jeez, oh my goodness, we're getting smoked. What about Miguel Cabrera?
Miguel
Miggy.
Cabrera and Dontrell Willis is number 7.
Marlins to Tigers.
To the Tigers. Another good one. All right, you got 2.
That's our third one. But we've got
Let's-
2
you got
guesses
3.
left. Yeah, we've
Two
got 2 guesses left.
Good Lord, we're bad.
Well, 2 wrong guesses left.
Oh.
There was a big one a couple years ago.
Big one a couple of years ago?
Bigger than Mookie?
Not as big. It didn't pan out, but it was a big.
How could it be bigger if it didn't?
If it didn't pan out.
Oh, he said as big.
Well, how can it be as big if it didn't pan out? Because I would say Mookie's panned out for the Dodgers. Big one from a couple of years ago. I'll guess. I mean, Kurt Schilling going to the Diamondbacks.
Kurt Schilling not on the list.
This is bananas. What about the Padres? Didn't they make a big move? Several big moves when Ashton was wearing his Padres glasses and you guys were doing the Friday Padres celebration.
The Friar Friday.
Who was the big trade acquisition?
Oh, they traded for Soto. And they also
Juan
traded
Soto, number 4 on the list.
There it is. That was a little teamwork.
That was
makes
the one.
dream work.
That was a big trade. Because didn't the Nationals just win the World Series?
Yeah, and I mean, but sort of like he wasn't there for very long.
And also, what have the Padres done with the trade?
Nothing.
Yeah. John Smoltz should be. If Soto's 4, Smoltz should have been on this list.
Well,
it's like one of the most
flawed list.
Take it up with AI.
How many Dodgers are on this
Of course
list?
he did AI. Of course he couldn't find an actual article. Just went to an AI source.
AI's
At
the
least
best.
he told us.
Completely forgot that John Smoltz was traded to the Atlanta Braves.
How many of the remaining ones are guys who went to the Dodgers?
All
Because I
right.
could make an argument for Freddie Freeman going to the
all right.
Dodgers.
Freddie was
no,
a free
you're
agent.
missing.
Oh, he was.
You're
Oh.
missing
Free
one.
agent.
I mean, come on. What are we doing here?
We
What,
guessed
so
CeCe,
CeCe?
right?
We didn't guess it.
You asked Dodgers.
Big one for the Dodgers.
And Freddie Freeman, like you said, was a free agent. So.
Yeah.
I said this is still present day.
I mean, I'm trying to
like
I'm
you
going
said
through the
the
roster.
You said there'd be a lot of Hall of Famers, and all these guys are still playing, it feels like.
Yeah. So far, one
Well,
is a
because
Hall
you
of
guys
Famer.
aren't historians like myself.
I guessed the old guys. You told us we were wrong.
How is the Alex Rodriguez trade not on there?
Who cares?
I really
don't
wanted
like
to
you,
use
Rod.
the RFK line because you're not a scientist. Neither are you line right there. But who is on the Dodgers right now?
Yeah, as about 2 days ago.
Oh, Tarik Skubal.
Tarik
God
Skubal,
bless
number
America.
5 on the list.
How can they say that? It hasn't panned out. There's no, we think
Well,
it'll
because
be good.
it's AI, and they again.
Yep.
You want to talk about not being a historian?
How many are left?
You got
We got
9
one-
and 10.
Yeah,
Alex
All right, 10 is in the 90s.
10 is in the 90s.
9, early 20s. So you guys aren't historians of the game.
Oh,
like I am.
please.
A-Rod got traded for Manny Ramirez, and he's not on this list. And John Lester.
Lester was good.
Yeah.
I like Lester.
Well, no, he was supposed to get traded for Manny. He did not get
Oh, he
traded.
didn't end up going through?
Well, because he didn't go to the Red Sox. He was supposed to, and then they got backed out because the Yankees came in over the top.
Alfonso Soriano, Joaquin
Oh,
Arias.
would there be any? Oh, why can't I think of the guy's name? Closer.
Aroldis Chapman.
He was traded, right? Or was it all free
multiple
agents?
times? That guy was traded everywhere.
Yeah, he's not on the list.
Joe Morgan.
Dodgers to the Astros in 2016.
Ooh,
Dodgers to the Astros in 2016. So that's when the Astros were good. No idea.
Alvarez, number 3.
Who's Alvarez?
Oh, Jordan?
Yeah, he's a good player.
Notice
He's a
he
really
didn't
good.
say
He's
his
not a Hall of
first
Famer.
name.
Yeah, he will
None
be.
Of these
Didn't
are
know how to
He will
say
be.
his
None
first
of
name.
these
Number
are-
2, Reds to the Orioles in 1965.
Reds to the Orioles in 65?
Yeah.
No idea.
Frank Robinson?
There you go.
Yeah,
At
okay.
least someone went to history class.
There we go.
Thank you. All right,
Of the
I'll give you
7 that
another
we've
one.
revealed, 2 are historic, 5 are still playing.
Number 8, Cubs to Cardinals 1964.
The Jordan Alvarez trade also wasn't historic.
See,
It's
as
like
soon
two
as I heard that, I would
prospects.
know exactly who it is.
Who did Jordan Alvarez get traded for?
Who cares?
Josh Fields. You ever heard of him?
Yeah. He works over at Quick Trip.
Yeah.
On,
Yeah, exactly.
I
That's how,
wanna
insig-
go.
that's how bad of a player he is.
Gabe. Cubs to Cardinals 1964.
Cubs to Cardinal, I don't know.
Lou Brock.
Thank you. Jeez,
This is a terrible
Is that
list.
it? No, it's a great.
Give me 9 and 10.
Horrible.
You
Give me
gotta
9 and
have
10.
Rockies to Cardinals 2021.
Arenado?
There you go.
Yeah, that probably should have been on the list.
No, that shouldn't be on the
But
list.
that was a very big trade when it happened.
Not bigger than John Smoltz, Nolan Ryan,
I
Kurt
didn't
Schilling,
say
Joe
that.
Morgan, Jeff Bagwell.
All right, well, let's see what Yahoo Sports says.
You got to put
okay?
up some parameters for like how you're grading these.
Nolan Arenado's a nice player.
But it was a very big trade when it happened.
There should be no more AI with these lists.
Why?
Because it's terrible.
It's flawed.
Right, but we already knew
You guys
that
don't
he
trust
didn't
AI?
have a list.
No.
Not even a
into
little
the
bit.
segment.
Not even a little bit. What's 10? Are you too scared to tell us?
I already told you.
No, you told us Arenado was 9.
Oh, number 10. Oh, you should have gotten this one. Red Sox to Astros 1990, Gabe. A bad trade by the Red
Jeff
Sox.
Bagwell.
There you go.
Which I did say, and you told me was not right.
I was moving on. I don't look that far into far forward. I just try to win every list.
Guess what?
Right,
Present
Matt
day.
Arnold.
Guess what? You
What?
lost the list.
Yeah, there probably should have been. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good list because I won.
Did Craig Biggio come up with the Astros, or was he also acquired?
I thought he came up with the Astros. I could be wrong, though.
What, you want me to look?
No. I was just curious. Again, you mentioned Jeff Bagwell. I can't think of Jeff Bagwell without thinking of Craig Biggio, the Killer Bees.
Yeah, Killer Bees.
Oh, yeah.
Lance
I
Berkman.
never liked Houston.
How did you not like those guys, though?
I don't know. I liked the old Houston with the old uniforms, but I didn't like because I didn't like punchable face. Just he bothered me.
Bregman.
Yeah.
Lance. Wait.
Huh?
No. Bregman.
We're talking
I
about
was
Alex
thinking about
Bregman, yes.
Alex Bregman.
Yeah.
And that was enough to carry
Alex
over.
Bregman was not with the Jeff Bagwell, Craig
Correct.
Biggio era, though.
Correct.
Alex Bregman is he still playing? He is.
He's on
isn't
the
he?
Cubs.
Cubs.
Yeah.
He was a big free agent signing this season for the Cubs.
Oh, not on the list, though. All right. Well, take your L.
I think Google's overrated, though. Our Google on my computer isn't the same as Google
Oh,
on
yeah,
yours.
yeah, okay.
I
Sounds
don't
like
think it
user
is.
error.
No, there's no user error.
Can't believe we allow you to use Google.
Always user error.
You should be relegated to Bing.
Ask Jeeves. See if that thing still works. See if he knows any answers. If you've been living with lower back pain or a shooting pain that runs down your leg, you know how frustrating that can be. Maybe sitting through your kid's game hurts, getting out of the car can be miserable, or you've been told you've got a bulging or herniated disc. Before you assume surgery is your only option, talk with my friends over at Jens Family Chiropractic. I love working with Jens Family Chiropractic. I hadn't stepped in a chiropractic's office ever before I started working with Jens. And I've had some lower back pain, just kind of trying to work through it and figured I could get through it on my own. And that's dumb because you've got a professional at Jens Family Chiropractic who's helping me get through it because they're trying to figure out what's really causing the issue. And they can offer non-surgical spinal decompression therapy. It's designed to relieve pressure on the discs and nerves causing pain in your back. So on top of adjustments, they do so many different things at Jens Family Chiropractic that can help you. The goal is simple. Help you get back to living your life without surgery whenever possible. So learn more. Check out the new patient special. JensFamilyChiropractic.com. That's JensFamilyChiropractic.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Backups along southbound 43, starting just before Good Hope Road, down towards Bender Road, back on the brakes from Capitol Drive, down towards Locust. We've got northbound 4394 backing up out of the Plainfield curve up to Oklahoma Avenue. Westbound 894 backing up out of the Mitchell interchange, heading all the way towards 58th. On the eastbound side, backing up from about 60th past Loomis. Planning a home project or need added flexibility? Tap into your home's value with the home equity line of credit from Great Midwest Bank. Visit greatmidwestbank.com, your simply local equal housing lender. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Mostly sunny, then increasing clouds, a high of 84. Tonight, chance of showers and storms. Heavy rain is possible with a low of 68. Weather is brought to you by Good Health Saunas. Get your in-home infrared sauna today. Learn more at goodhealthsaunas.com and visit them at the Wisconsin State Fair Expo Center August 6th through August 16th. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
How much time have you spent searching your garage for a tool or a piece of equipment that you know is in there somewhere? Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Closets by Design helps homeowners transform cluttered garages with custom cabinets, wall storage systems, and flooring solutions built around the way you live. I love what they did with my closet, and now I understand why so many homeowners trust them with their garages too. Right now, you can get 40% off and ask them about special financing options. Schedule your free in-home design consultation today at closetsbydesign.com and tell them Jen sent you.
ESPN Milwaukee fans, it's Gabe Neitzel here, and I want to introduce you to Jens Family Chiropractic. If you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, headaches, or sciatica, Jens Family Chiropractic focuses on finding the cause of the problem, not just helping you manage the symptoms. For nearly 10 years, they've helped Milwaukee area patients find real answers through personalized care and advanced treatment options. Learn more and check out their new patient special at jensfamilychiropractic.com. That's jensfamilychiropractic.com.
Hey baseball fans, when the game's over, keep the fun of the season going at the award-winning Lake Lawn Resort on beautiful Delavan Lake. Trade the bleachers for the shoreline and the always-on-the-go schedule for total lakeside relaxation. Celebrate your own MVP moments with waterfront dining, golf, relaxing spa escapes, and family fun all season long. Just a short drive from Milwaukee, it's your home run getaway. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com and come find out for yourself why everything is better at the lake.
From large manufacturer to local pizza shop and every business in between, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions. Whatever you're building, you've got this. And Summit Credit Union's got you.
Calling all High Life lovers, the Champagne of Beers is making history. They're selecting their very first mayor of the Champagne of Beers region. Share your story, throw your hat in the ring, and show us why you love High Life by visiting the Miller Brewery website. Must be 25 plus to sign up, 21 plus to enjoy. Celebrate responsibly.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
As a homeowner, I know how easy it is to put off maintenance projects. Hey, it's Jen Latta here, and one thing I've learned from working with 2-Day Painting is that preventative maintenance is almost always less expensive than major repairs later. Whether it's exterior painting, carpentry repairs, or preparing your home for another Wisconsin winter, the team at 2-Day Painting can help. Don't wait until small problems become costly ones. Ask about their free touch-ups for life and schedule your free estimate today at 2daypainting.com. That's 2daypainting.com, and tell them Jen sent you.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
The other side of the world, and I'll let you know if I want to come back and coach your little game.
He's Jay Peterman.
Ian Rappaport tweeting yesterday, and I thought this was interesting. The Broncos the last 2 weeks. You guys done?
I got more.
On 94.5 ESPN.
You know what I always say, happy wife means a happy life, and a lot of times that starts with a visit to the Jewelry Center. From custom-made in Milwaukee engagement rings to everyday pieces like diamond earrings or a gold chain for a special occasion, the Jewelry Center does it all. And here's the thing. They design everything in-house so you can sit down with an expert, build the perfect ring, and it may cost a lot less than you think. When the day comes for my boys, take that next step, I know exactly where they're going. They're going to the Jewelry Center. Just ask Gabe. Stop into one of their 4 locations, Brookfield, Greenfield, Burlington, or Mequon today.
I just want to put this out there. I think I would have smoked on Celebrity Jeopardy, Sports Jeopardy. You know, it's on Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN.
Why?
Because I have a lot of sports trivia knowledge in my brain.
So why does that not come out when we do Top 8 and Chewy's Power Rankings?
It's a different type of trivia.
How far back, though?
How so?
What do you mean?
Like how far back does your sports history knowledge go?
I know stuff before I was born, if that's
Who
what
won
you're
the
asking.
5th Super Bowl?
Okay, get out of town. I don't think that would have been a question. I saw a category the other day.
Something and now
I saw a category the other day that was like 30 for 30, and every question was about the 30 for 30s. I absolutely nailed every single one because I've seen all the 30 for 30s.
You work for ESPN.
It's ESPN Jeopardy, Chew.
Oh, okay. Oh, who's doing that? Who's
Joe
the host?
Buck.
Joe Buck.
Did you say that?
No, but I'm saying that's what I was talking about. I wasn't talking about just everyday general. I'm talking about the ESPN. Anyway, I got to send an email. That's basically what I'm getting back to.
What was the first sporting event ESPN showed when it first started?
It was something. It was a game here in Milwaukee, I think, right? It was
Sussex.
Yeah, but what was baseball?
A softball game.
I want to get to this Adam McCalvy. See how I'm changing the subject?
She would be. But she would be negotiating with Joe Buck a lot.
Well,
there was a ball involved.
Look, my delusion.
I should get half of the points.
Hey,
yes.
If Aaron Rodgers can have his delusions, I can have mine. I want to get to this column that Adam McCalvy just sent out to anyone who follows the Brewers beat. McCalvy sends us directly to your inbox. It just dropped into mine. And there is some interesting information about it. Obviously, McCalvy doing some reporting when it comes to what the Brewers package would have been for Skubal. And look, I see your comments in the YouTube stream on the Carbless Talk and Text line. Move on. He's a Dodger. Sure, but when ESPN.com is calling the Brewers the biggest losers of the trade deadline, I think context is warranted, okay? And Adam McCalvy provides some context. So, Gabe, we talked about it during the break. Basically summarize what Adam McCalvy said, which was the Brewers put together 3 prospects for their proposal, their initial proposal for Tarik Skubal. All 3 were hitters, and at least 2 were top 100 prospects. We know that one was Luis Lara, right? No.
No, we know one was Pena, Luis Pena.
Yes, Pena. Thank you. And then we know that Made was off limits. Pena, number 64, probably wasn't in play after the Brewers committed to him via a 7-year contract extension in June. Jet Williams, Josh Adamczewski, and potentially one other hitter just outside of these traditional top 100 lists. When you hear that information and that the Tigers wanted a controllable major league pitcher in the deal, which is why Logan Henderson's name was sort of bandied about, what do you make of that information?
That if the Brewers weren't willing to part with any arms, because if their deal had 3 hitters, but the Tigers were like, well, we really want a pitcher, then that would make sense why they would ultimately go with and want to work with the Dodgers, because they got River Ryan. And we've made fun of his age, certainly, but it is a controllable arm that they would get in return. And if that's what they wanted, because they were losing their stud, I guess that makes sense to me, and it makes a little more sense as to why they would take the Dodgers offer, even if, like, just prospect for prospect on top 100 lists, the Brewers were offering more. But if the Tigers, hey, we've got enough hitters, we don't want, give us 2 hitters, we want one of them to be a pitcher, that would make sense as to why
I believe the deal from the Dodgers was 2 pitchers.
Yeah. They got a pretty good hitter. The top prospect was a hitter, and then River Ryan was a little further down the Dodgers list. But if they wanted a pitcher, that would make sense to me.
Okay, I get the Brewers weren't willing to bend, so
that they didn't want to give up any of their young controllable arms.
I can't blame Detroit. You know,
not if they went, hey, we want a pitcher, and the Brewers didn't offer a pitcher. Would explain why if they moved off so quickly and went to the Dodgers.
McCalvy's contention is that we can't say for sure which 3 names were in the Brewers' best offer, but they know it was a strong offer. And to your point, it may have been very strong. It may have included 3 top 100 prospects that were better than, as far as rankings go, the prospects that the Dodgers were willing to give up. But if they wanted an arm, and again, going back to the offer, they got 2 arms from the Dodgers, that could have easily been the tipping point. Now, you could make the argument, well, they should have thrown in an arm then. Throw in, Logan Henderson. Throw in an arm just to appease the Tigers to go ahead and get Skubal. But that's where I think when Matt Arnold talks about irresponsible, that they sort of were, debating irresponsible packages, that's probably where
and
they
who
feel.
knows about the top 100 list, because when you go to an NFL draft, everyone's board looks different. Just because we say, hey, this Brewer prospect is number 43. Well, on whose list? Your list? Okay. Because like I said, the boards look different everywhere you go, so the Brewers might be like, hey, you may think he's 43. We think he's 78. So it's... is what it is.
Or there's somebody further down the list that you think is better, and oh man, we can get this guy for a steal. But
how does that make you feel, though? Better or worse that the Brewers weren't willing to give up arms? Doesn't make me feel better.
Nope.
It's like sometimes you got to do something, whatever it takes to get it done. And I get it. Feels frugal to me. Feels being a little too frugal when you got a nice pot of riches when it comes to players. I don't know. It's just a difference in philosophy. My philosophy would have been different. Sometimes you got to, like I said, be uncomfortable with certain things and hope they work out.
I mean, usually when you're talking about championship teams, there is going to be that moment, Chew, of, this was uncomfortable, but in the end, it worked out for us, and we were able to pull off
I think if you look at all the best, considered the best GMs of all time in the NFL, they all put themselves out there at one point, and it worked out, and that's why they're considered
one of the best.
Got to tell you guys about my new friends over at the Hildebrand Law Firm. Okay, this is not one of these fun things that you want to talk about, but when my dad passed away, we were left in a lurch. He did not have an estate planning for us to go through and say, this is what he wanted done with these assets. And therefore, I became very self-conscious about what I would do with my assets if something were to happen to me or my husband. And that's why I sat down with Kirsten Hildebrand and her team to do my own estate planning. It is tough. I'm not going to lie to you. You sit there and you say, if this happens, this happens. What if this happens? Then this happens. And if this happens, then this happens. We had tears of tragedy trying to figure out what we would do for our kids if something happened to us. But you want to know something, guys? As difficult as it was, I am so relieved that now there is a plan. We got our binder. It is in our house. And if something were to happen to me or to my husband, the plan is there. I really wish I had done this sooner, and I cannot stress enough how important it is. Estate planning is not just for retirees. If you have a home, if you have kids, if you are married, if you have savings, it is worth having a plan. It is worth talking to my friends over at Hildebrand Law Firm. So I'm encouraging you. Go to their website, check it out, see what they have to offer, sit down, and start your peace of mind that starts with planning with Hildebrand Law Firm.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. When it comes to a home mortgage, we understand you want a simple, stress-free process, great service, and a loan you can feel good about. And for 90 years, that's exactly how we've been doing things at Great Midwest Bank. So if you're thinking about buying, building, renovating, or refinancing, get started at greatmidwestbank.com to find a knowledgeable loan officer and get the peace of mind you deserve. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
I'm with Eric, Director of Research for Good Karma Brands. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Eric, what does partner mean to you?
Partner isn't just out for them. The partner cares about how we solve our problems, and it can be a mutually beneficial relationship from there on.
And I understand throughout the more than 15-year partnership between Good Karma Brands and James Imaging Systems, you have shared many core values.
Absolutely. Work hard, be honest, over-deliver, follow through, listen, teamwork.
Eric, summarize your overall business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems for me.
Outstanding. As we've grown tremendously, you guys have still been able to meet our needs each step of our growth. That's huge.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Catch a battle between two of the National League's best when the Brewers take on the Braves Friday, August 21st and Saturday the 22nd. It's a weekend of great matchups and great events as the Brewers celebrate Black Culture Fest at the opener Friday the 21st, featuring live art, live music performances, and a maker's market. Then it's Hank Aaron replica jersey giveaway day on the 22nd, courtesy of UW Credit Union. Don't miss it. Get your tickets today at brewers.com.
Hi, guys. This is the Rocket Roger Clemens. You don't pitch in the majors for 24 years without feeling it later. Shoulders, elbows, knees. Trust me, pain doesn't retire when you do.
That's baseball legend Roger Clemens.
I tried the ice. I tried rest, PT, nothing really worked. When I heard about QC Kinetics, the concept sounded promising. Non-surgical regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself without surgery. Sign me up. Just what I needed. Real lasting relief.
Whether you're a former pro, a weekend golfer, or just want to walk around pain-free again, QC Kinetics uses cutting-edge technology and natural biologics to help restore and repair damaged tissue.
I trusted them with my joints. Now I'm back doing what I love.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
We've all walked through the Expo Center at the Wisconsin State Fair, seen something and thought, now that would be nice to have. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and that's exactly what happened to me when I found Good Health Saunas just a few years ago. Buying my infrared sauna was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I sleep better, have more energy, recover faster, and with how much I travel, the detox benefits are huge. Visit Good Health Saunas inside the Expo Center at the Wisconsin State Fair August 6th through the 16th, or learn more at goodhealthsaunas.com.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
A freaking catapult attached to his right hip. Like,
I just made that up. A catapult.
That was good.
I kind of liked it. I was rolling with it, Rob.
Like a slingshot? Let's figure this out.
I'm calling him old catapult leg from here on out.
On 94.5 ESPN.
I've talked about how great Closets by Design is, and it's not just closets. Do you have a mudroom? It's almost school time. Is it overflowing with backpacks and coats and all of the things? Have Closets by Design take care of it for you. They can give you organization that you need, organization that will give you peace of mind. And if you're one of these people who pulls into your garage and sees chaos in front of you, they can handle that space too. Custom cabinets to keep everything organized and out of sight, wall storage systems to maximize your floor space, and durable garage flooring that is built to last. It is all an improvement for your well-being. You can actually park your car in the garage. What a concept. Right now you can get 40% off. Ask about special financing options. If you've pulled into your garage and thought, I need to get a handle on this, call my friends at Closets by Design today. They're located right in Mequon. That's going to do it for Jen, Gabe, and Chewy today. Have a great day, everybody. Wilde and Tausch is next on ESPN Wisconsin.
$8.94, slowing down out of the hail interchange all the way